I would like to introduce you to a revolutionary new building system called Bolt-A-Blok. It's a brand new system that can construct less expensive and stronger structures that go up faster than any current building technique. Our system uses three basic parts. This is a standard single block bar. It has indicators on both sides that show which direction to place it, as well as a through hole and a threaded hole. Our bolts have a tapered tip to make it easier to start the bolt into the threaded hole of a bar during assembly. Also, all of our bolts and bars are made of a long-lasting anti-corrosive steel. Next, we have our blocks. This one is a modular 16 by 8 by 8 design with 3 cores instead of 2. It also has a recess on top for a bar to fit into place. Our system starts with a footer block. A footer block is a solid 4-inch block with 2 recessed pockets where the starter bars are attached. These starter bars are used to catch the first bolts. As you place the footer blocks on a level surface, you can stack the first standard block on top. Now, with a single bar in place, you can place the bolts into the through holes and footer to meet the threaded starter bar underneath. The bolts are tightened and both these blocks are now locked together. Next, we stack the second block on top and repeat the system. When building a long wall, the process can be speeded up with the use of what we call a double or a triple bar that spans 2 and 3 blocks respectively. Upon completing an assembly of a full structure, we have a safe, strong, inhabitable building since there's no wait time for any mortar to cure. As these next 2 bolts are tightened into the bar below, you are using our specialized technique called unitized post-tensioning to create a solid monolithic structure. A great feature of our product is that all of the materials involved are simply reusable. If you would like to move the structure or add on to an existing structure, simply remove the bolts and begin disassembly and reuse of the same parts for the next job. Here we have a sample wall made of running bonds, where each block overlays 2 blocks below it. The running bond is commonly used in most masonry walls. Here we add another block on top in a running bond fashion and fasten it with 2 bolts and a single bar. Already this block functions as part of one monolithic wall. Our unitized post-tensioning system is versatile in that the steel network allows for the addition of running bonds and stack bonds, as well as 90-degree corners and T-walls. Here, we're going to add a second block on top to make a stack bond on top of the wall. This combination of techniques is important when you're adding doors and windows, which we will cover later. As you can see, this stack bond is held strong by the steel connections and ready for expansion. These blocks have been cut away to better show the network of anti-corrosive steel within the assembled blocks. You can see the bars that run between each course of blocks and the bolts that connect them. The tensile strength of the steel combines with the compressive strength of the blocks to create great overall strength in the entire wall. Here we put the finishing touches on a tall stack bond. We're going to lay it down to form a little bridge. Our workman is quite confident in his work and the strength of our product. As you can see, there is no flex in this assembly as he applies his weight. The unitized post-tensioning pulls all these blocks together and handles his weight with ease. This is a corner configuration. Our system is so strong, our workman confidently climbs up this partially completed 20-foot corner. Because there is no mortar or concrete mix involved in our system, temperature and humidity are not an issue at the building site, thus extending the building season for do-it-yourselfers and contractors alike. Here's the beginning of a safe room. It has 4 solid walls and a doorway, and already you can see our builder is safe from flying debris. Bolt-A-Blok structures would be ideal for areas with extreme weather conditions like hurricanes and tornadoes. Our modular block design allows our product to be fully compatible with all standard building materials. An insulation board can be easily attached to the flat surface with an adhesive. Our blocks compensate for the 3/8" mortar used in masonry works, so we are compatible with standard foundation vents, windows, doors, and other systems. A sill plate is easily attached by bolting it directly to the steel bars. This sill plate is now tied directly to the strength of the steel network, making for a very strong wall connection. On top of the foundation in a typical wood-built home is a sill plate, floor joists connected to a band board, a layer of flooring, and on top of that, 2x4s make up the plates and studs for the wall. There are a total of 6 wood-to-wood connections in this standard building method, which over a span of time will mean 6 potential points of weakness. Bolt-A-Blok's innovative ledger block is molded with an additional 4-inch ledge. With the ledge turned inside, we attach a small sill plate to the ledge. Then we use floor joists that average 6.5 inches shorter on each end. That saves over a foot of lumber on each joist. No band board is needed, and 5% less floor deck is needed. A large sill plate covers the foundation and holds the standard wall studs. The sill plate is bolted directly onto the bars of the foundation, making for a stronger wall in a wood-built home. These features alone save an average of $400 to $700 in a 2,000 square foot home. This gives you a good view of the fewer floor connections and the wood savings that you get when you build with a Bolt-A-Blok system. If we combine the savings in wood, the savings in labor, and the savings by not having to use concrete in the footer, we quickly see the savings is in thousands of dollars per home. Plus, of course, the job is quicker. Another spatially molded block has a notch in it for a small plastic anchor. This small plastic anchor and a 3-cent drywall screw combine to be used with any interior or exterior wall finishing option. The small anchor is locked in place by the next